Hello, Phil Thach here. I crashed my Phantom 4 Pro a while back and it did some damage to the vision sensors, and they've been non-functional since then, so I haven't been able to use Active Track, and I really haven't missed it except for lately. I just bought a boat and I've been wanting to follow it with Active Track, so I had to try to figure out how to fix my vision sensors. So I did a little rig to it and kind of used a screw to get it back in line, and now I'm testing in this video Active Track. This is my daughter, and right now I'm following her using the trace mode, which is the first of the three modes of Active Track. And you can see my little rig has worked. Active Track is back with us, and my daughter's walking down the hill. I told her to walk down to this bush and cross the street and come back. One thing, if you're following a person, they can't hear you because the helicopter is making a ton of noise, so you need to have all your instructions laid out before you start, because I was trying to let her know what to do while she was walking, and she couldn't hear me because of all the noise from the helicopter. But as you can see, the trace mode of Active Track is working well. My daughter Kacie is wandering around the neighborhood near our house, and the Phantom 4 Pro is following her nicely. Now she's back at our house, and we are going to do profile mode. Profile mode will fly beside the subject. The helicopter is actually flying sideways with the camera pointing at the subject. Takes me just a second to get it going here. And I think she's going to try to make a video of the helicopter as it follows her. And here we go. So there it is. Profile mode is working. There's a bush on the side of the street that the helicopter's on, and I thought if she crossed the street, the helicopter might get right into that bush. So I was trying to give her some direction, and like I mentioned before, she couldn't hear me, so her walking is a little weird this time. Not her fault, totally my fault for not giving her good directions before we started. Here I am hollering at her, and she's like, "What do you want, Dad? Don't go that way. That's where the bush is." I'm waving at her, but again, she can't hear me. But still, profile mode is working just right. Here she is coming back up the hill, and the Phantom 4 Pro is following her, keeping her in the frame nicely. And I'm trying to get her to walk on her left side of this Mercedes. Maybe she thinks I want her to stop at the Mercedes. Nope, go to the left, not the right. Here she comes, and everything is wonderful. The next mode of Active Track is Spotlight mode, and that is where the helicopter doesn't move. It just moves the camera on the gimbal and follows the subject without moving at all. So I tried to find a good spot. I needed to get a little bit closer so I could get her better into the frame for this Active Track to lock on her. And we had a little fail on this one. She walked right under the camera. Again, not her fault. And when she walked right under the camera, it lost her. Here she comes, and as you can see, the helicopter's not moving, but it is moving the gimbal and the camera to follow her. And here she comes right under the camera, and right here I believe is where it loses her. So we'll have to work on that a little bit, maybe a little more altitude, and it wouldn't have lost her. We'll test that some more in the future, but with a pretty low altitude like that, it will lose your subject if you walk directly below it. And we'll do a little straight up rocket droney to say bye to Kacie. Bye, Kacie. Here we go. I think I took it 400 feet in the air for this. I don't know. I think I stopped the video before it got all the way to 400 feet. But anyway, we are happy to have our Phantom 4 Pro back fully functional again for the first time in several months. And now later today, if the weather permits, we're going to try to test it out with the boat and see how that goes. Hopefully it works as well as it did following Kacie. Have a great day. Get your helicopter in the air.